Hi guys, and welcome back. I know it's been some time, but I am back again with a new deck that I have been really enjoying. Uh, it was a deck that was quite popular about 2 years ago, being Fire King Tri-Brigade, but I feel that with the new improvements coming from Burst Protocol and Duelist Advance, or it was one of the sets the set that released Tri-Brigade's Arms Mauser. The deck has become very strong. A lot of the combo lines are very efficient now. They all play quite well together, and I think it's a very fun deck that not a lot of people are expecting right now. So, and I think that showed, as at my locals, I was able to go 3 wins and 1 loss, which I felt was a good showing for a deck that isn't fully complete yet. I am still missing a few of the cards that I haven't fully tested. I don't know everything that I want to do with this deck, so if you have any advice, please put it down in the comment section below. But anyways, I'll get straight into the deck profile just for it. So, begin with the main deck. I'm running, it would be 3 Fractal, but my third one hasn't come yet, so I just played an Imperm instead. Honestly, the Imperm was fine. I might consider just bumping the deck up to like 43 cards to play an extra 3 hand traps or an extra 3 null engine that just allows me to break boards a bit better. But I definitely think Thractal is one of the better cards to have at 3, as it allows you to access one of your 1-card combos. It's fantastic. Also, it's a fire-based warrior in the deck that's all about destroying fire monsters, so it's pretty good. Next, we have triple Tri-Brigade kit. Again, this is the same reason that Fractal's in here. It's a fire based that just loves being destroyed by the either Fire King Island or Fire King Courtier Ulcanix, all of which are very easy to search out in this deck. So yeah, all fantastic cards to pop, because kit along can get you pretty much into full Tri-Brigade combo if it's with any of the ways to pop it. So those are the 3 of Tri-Brigades that I'm playing. Then I'm playing 1 Karos. This is important for the 1-card Fractal combo, as you won't be able to search your Ponyx if and well, you will be able to search your Ponyx. You won't be able to normal summon it though, if you don't go for Karos, which can lower the ceiling of your deck a bit. Then we have Tri-Brigade Springens kit. This card's phenomenal. It's one of the best cards in the deck, just at allowing you to play through so much. It makes Nib very unprofitable in your bigger lines that maybe aren't as safe into Nib. Springens kit just makes those so much less profitable, because you can then just be nibbed, and it allows you to search out, summon back a Tri-Brigade and still go pretty much full combo, because you're not making massive monster boards in this deck. It's more about just setting everything up, getting through all of your effects, and then passing turn with maybe a couple pops, a board wipe, and maybe a bounce or a non-target banish setup. So next we have Tri-Brigade Nerval. This is again fantastic. Searches out either Karos or Kit, depending on what you need. And can also just be popped off Fire King Island to search out any of these guys as well, which is also fantastic. The only problem with him is that he's a wind instead of a winged instead of a fire. but other than that, he's very good. And finally, we have one Revolt. This is fantastic for, honestly, multiple reasons. As I've said, Arms Mauser is such a phenomenal card in this deck that the Revolt, being able to summon it back and then use it to link away, it means you have to use less material, as well as being able to get more interruption off of your Revolt instead of it just being pure follow-up with like maybe a Shureg Banish. It makes it so that you can even go into like a Rugal instead, because Rugal is very good in this deck where you can revive like a Baron and then pop the Baron to get another search while still getting some form of interruption from your Revolt. So it's a fantastic card that I really like. Next, we have what would be the 3 Fire King High Avatar Kieran. So this card is phenomenal. It allows you to dodge any sort of targeted negation on your fire monsters. I would have as well played it at 3, but my 3rd copy hasn't arrived yet. So it's fantastic. I don't see myself playing any like lower copies than 3 because it's so important to use as many of this card as you can because it's so potent. And yeah, it really just hinders the opponent so much and can get you into combos using your kit by popping it, using and popping so many other great cards. So it's just a fantastic card that I do want to play at 3 in the final deck list. Next we have what would be 3 Ponyx. Again, 1 Ponyx hasn't come yet. This is another one of the 1-card combos you can do, and it's really solid. I really enjoy Ponyx in this deck. It does so much, and it can really set up a lot of difficult to deal with interactions and has some very fun and interesting plays that you do in that 1-card combo line. Some of which involve sometimes sending your own Fire King Island using Ancient Double Dragon Lords so that you can pop a fire on your field to trigger all of your fire monsters' effects on the destruction. But as I said, I did play a 1-for-1. I don't like 1-for-1 as much as just another, like a 3rd Ponyx. It can get Nerval and it can send Kit and Thing, but the normal summon in this deck is usually just Ponyx or Ulcanix. You never want to spend it on anything else, so I'm quite happy with 3 Ponyx and 3 Ulcanix. Talking about 3 Ulcanix, that is what is next. This card is phenomenal. Anytime you open way to a fire monster, you get so much value off of it. You can set up nearly an impossible to beat board with so many different pieces of layered interaction. It's just so hard to deal with. It's so fun to use as well. And yeah, it's phenomenal. Going first, going second as well. If anyone has a way to negate and destroy it, it will summon out the old Garunix, which is just phenomenal. And either pushing through boards by either attacking into something that's stronger than it and then summoning the new Garunix, or just overall beating over cards. Yeah, Ulcanix, absolutely fantastic. Next we have 2 Sacred Fire King Garunix. I don't feel that I need 3 of this card as it's so easily searchable and it doesn't add much to the end board, I feel, to just have this in hand already. It is quite good to see with like a Karas or any way to like send the card to grave because you don't really feel like you're minusing. But overall, I do prefer just searching this card off of a Fire King Island or an Ulcanix search to play further off of his own effect. And then obviously His effect is fantastic, popping any fire, beast, warrior, or wing beast from deck, allowing you to even pop kit if you don't have any way to get into your Fire-Brigade engine. But you always do, as long as you put 2 beast, warrior, or wing beasts on the field, because of Fire-Brigade's Arms Mauser. So this guy, fantastic, and I absolutely love how he plays in the deck. Then we have my Fire King Beast Warrior one-ofs. So these 3, I would definitely keep Arvada and Barong in the deck, as these 2 are fantastic at going bridging from the Fire King combo into the Fire-Brigade combo with Arvada, and setting up most army boards with Barong. It's also very solid for reviving off of something like a Rugal Barong, and it's just a phenomenal card to constantly keep searching new cards with. And the Rang Bali I like quite a lot in this format, because there's so many powerful spell traps that you want to negate, and it's not impossible to search this card out and then during your opponent's turn summon it by popping a Fire King monster. So I quite like this card quite a bit as well in the deck. And all of these cards are searchable by Fire Formation Tanky as well as Thractal. So say you open a Thractal plus a Fire Formation Tanky, you can search out any of these cards, and if you need to make sure that your combo goes through, you can normal Arvada, activate Fractal, and so on and so forth. And it's fantastic having the ability to just have all of these guys in hand if you need it. Next, we play the 1 copy of Fire King High Avatar Grunix. This card, surprisingly, isn't actually as bad to draw as in a regular Fire King deck. As in a regular Fire King deck, it is just purely a hard Garnet. In this deck, it is just a hard Garnet, but at least you can shuffle it back with the effect of Burbum to get a Revolt. And it obviously is fine to go back. You don't feel bad about it at all. Or you can search drawing off of Fire-Brigade, which I don't have yet, but is coming. And yeah, I often find myself popping this card off of like the other Garunix, just because its board wipe effect is so potent. And the fact that it's also can special summon a Fire King monster when it's destroyed by battle is also very powerful as well. Next, I will move on to the Fire King spells. So I played 2 Sanctuary and 2 Island. I've chosen this ratio for the spells because I feel that Sanctuary and Island aren't doing a lot on their own, and the 2-2 split just feels like the best way to play it, because you can search out Island and Sanctuary with Ponics so easily. You can search them out constantly. Like, you can search out Sanctuary turn 1, Skyburn turn 2, which I am playing one of, because it's a fantastic card, and then another Sanctuary turn 3, and you've used up all of the islands in deck at that point, and you, like, so I don't think I would play any less Island compared. I feel like if you're playing Sanctuary, you have to play the same amount of islands, just because it feels like the best value in my opinion. Then we have the 1 Skyburn. As I said, this card is phenomenal for dodging targeting, for going second. It's so strong. It baits out must negates. It's very hard to interact with as well, and can really just hurt your opponent, especially with the fact that it can destroy back row so readily and availably. And then it can also protect your Fire Kings from destruction effects on follow-up turns, which can be quite powerful when your opponent isn't expecting it. Then we have the generic spells that just help the deck. So we play the one Foolish Burial because it's essentially just a 4 fractal, but it also allows for you to send like a high avatar Garunix if you already have everything you need, and it's just basically a way to get extra Beast Warrior Wing Beasts into the grave if you don't have a way to get to them. So I quite like it. And then 3 Fire Formation Tanky. This card is phenomenal. Gets you 2 Fractal, which is a 1-card combo, and can also insulate your combos by giving the Arvada or Arvada plus, who's the other 2? Arvada and Rangbali or Bayrong, depending on what you need in the situation. Absolutely phenomenal card that I love a lot. Obviously, it does lose to Draco Tail Flame, but even though it loses to Draco Tail Flame, it's completely fine to have on your board because you can just send it with double Dragon Lords, and it's like you lose nothing. So it's really fun to do that as well. And then finally we have the non-engine. So we have 3 Ash Blossom, because it is a fire hand trap. That also stops any Mulcharmy situations, which is very powerful. I would still play this at 3 no matter what in the deck, just because it is that fire monster that you can pop if needs be. Then we have 3 Ghost Bell. I would probably replace this with a Mulcharmy Foolos if I had them. I sadly don't though, so if you're playing this deck and want to spend a bit more, I would definitely replace Ghost Bell for Foolos. But I feel like you could also play Fallen the Virtuous if you want, because your cards really don't care about destruction and it's just another way to avoid targeting. But for me, I really like having Ghost Bell because it stops a lot of the banishment stuff that your deck is a bit weak to. It also obviously stops all the Draco Tail traps. So now I'm going to move on to the extra deck. So first we have Salamangreat Almirage. This card's phenomenal because it can turn hand traps into a fire. It can turn your Kit or your Nerval into a monster that allows to send them to grave, because you can just normal the Kit and then send it to grave, or normal the Nerval and send it to grave. Those combos usually aren't fantastic, but there are ways to play with them at least. And overall, this card just is also a fire, so you can crash it into something and it will trigger something like a Garunix Engrave, which is also really, really strong. So I really like Salamangreat Almirage in this deck. Next we have the best card in the deck in my opinion. Arms Mauser is a crazy card. The fact that it allows you to send 2 and only requires 2 Beast Warrior and or Wing Beasts is crazy. It's so powerful. I find it's a lot like how Moon of the Closed Heaven was played in most decks that just could go into Fiendsmith, as in this deck pretty much any 2 monsters is full Tri-Brigade combo instead of full Fiendsmith combo, and the Tri-Brigade combo is so powerful interlaced with all of your Fire King cards. It's just really powerful. You're constantly plussing, and the Fire King cards give you such a powerful grind game, as well as a lot of the Tri-Brigade cards, because summoning a bunch of Sure Eggs is very intimidating for the opponent. And then the fact that it is also a Book of Moon when it's sent to the grave is surprisingly powerful. Like, it's a really good card for breaking boards because of that Book of Moon effect. Like, it will set a very annoying interruption that your opponent has, and they just can't really do much about that. And it's always going to be at that out, and it's just like, it's really powerful, and it's a really fantastic card. Next, we have Double Dragon Lords. That does a lot of interesting things for the deck. You don't always get to it. It's usually in one of your higher end board combos in Fire King, or it is a part of your Fire-Brigade combos mainly. But it can do so many interesting things with the deck, including sending Fire King Island to the grave once you don't really have anything on the field to do to pop a fire, which then gets you all your Fire King effects, which is fantastic. So I really like this card. It does a lot of things well and gives the deck another weird way to pop cards or send cards back or remove cards that isn't just destroy, which obviously the Fire Kings do fantastically. Next we have Berber. This card is mainly sent to the graveyard off of either Miser, or it's used to be summoned and then linked off without using its effect. It's fantastic for Search and Revolt, and it is a fire, so in certain circumstances it can come up that it's a fire, but most of the time it's just getting sent to the graveyard just to search Revolt, because Revolt is such a powerful card. Next, we would have what would be a Fire-Brigade Fire-Brigade. It is currently a Zeus, but it is going to be a Fire-Brigade Fire-Brigade whenever that card arrives, because it's very important for combo lines where you haven't opened great, and like say combo lines where you have to normal summon a Kit or a Nerval need this card to summon out a Ponix from hand or an Ulcanix from hand. But otherwise, it is also a very good card. And it's also quite a good send off of Miser if you don't have to send anything else, because it just allows you to cycle the card. Next, we have Rugal the Silver Sheller, which is an absolutely fantastic card in this deck. I really like it. The ability to bring back Bayrong in particular is so beyond powerful. The fact that popping Bayrong then triggers all of your fire effects, and you can just go nearly infinite with this card, is so powerful. And then the drop attack effect is also quite strong, because it's not impossible for you to get 3 different attributes in field in this deck, which is a 900 attack drop, which doesn't feel like a lot, but whenever you're chain blocking some other effects and your opponent doesn't have much on field, 900 attack, even 300 attack can be quite impressive. Next we have Triple Shurig, the Ominous Omen. This is one of the best cards in the deck. I love this card so much. It's so fantastic. When it's sent to grave, it searches a base warrior wing based equal to the number of, with a level equal to or lower than the amount of base warriors and wing based banished, which is just fantastic because Ponix is a level 1, so you can search most of the time Ponix. But the fact that it's also just a banish whenever a base warrior wing based is special summoned, where it is special summoned, is so powerful for pushing through boards, for later turn interruptions. Really powerful, and it's non-targeting on anything on the field, so you can banish back row, you can banish monsters, and your opponent doesn't have much chance to respond to it. So it's just absolutely fantastic. Next, we have an IP Masquerena. This is for the more powerful, what's her name lines? What is her name? Ulcanix lines. This is for the more powerful Ulcanix lines, as well as the SP Little Knight. You can also sometimes go into this card early using like a Keras plus a Fire-Brigade kit, or Fire-Brigade Springans kit. But usually IP is for like the absolutely most powerful boards, or the less powerful boards that you want to maybe give one draw to a full loss to, and then kind of pass there. Though it is also combos fantastically with Arms Miser, as you can link into an SP1 Arms Miser 2, then you're getting a Banish and a set plus SP on field, which is really, really strong. So, like this combo, it also is great for summoning back off of Amphibious Swarm Strip and the Whale. Next, we have Promethean Princess and, of course, the Whale. Promethean Princess is really good in this deck. I don't think I've realized how good it is yet. I probably should work on some combos where Princess is bringing back other things instead of just Arvada. But right now, I have just kind of been playing it safe, going with Arvada to get a monster to get up because it's very solid. But there are lines that you could bring back, like an Ulcanix, then pop the Princess, and then Ulcanix can search out any Fire Beast, Beast Warrior, Wing Beast, which is pretty strong. There's also stuff like Amphibious Swarm Ship, obviously, which is fantastic, being just 2 effect monsters, and you're able to trigger both of its effects so easily, and because you can blow it up off of so many of your monster effects, then you can also to revive your IP Masquerena or like a Rugal as well, which is very powerful. But then you're also popping your Link 2s and Link 3s quite easily as well with things like the Garunix Eternity. So it's really nice just to be able to banish it and pop a back row, or because you're so good at popping monsters anyway. It just really helps. And then finally we have 2 Garunix Eternity, Shang of the Fire King. I wouldn't play this at any lower just because you go through 1 during your setup combo. Well, I say you go through 1 during your setup combo. You go through 1 on the opponent's turn, and it's such a powerful interruption just to like a Raigeki that doesn't target, and then can also trigger any of your fire effects. I usually like, if I can, in the higher boards, and being able to use like an Ulcanix plus a Garunix with the old Garunix on board to make this so that on my opponent's turn I can resummon the old Garunix, again wipe the board with whatever else they could manage to get, and then pop this, which then summons back 2 and then puts the Garunix back in grave, and it just is fantastic. And obviously Ulcanix can level modulate to 8 by searching like a Kieran as well. So you'll have a Kieran in hand with just a lot of interruption that just cannot be stopped. But yeah, so that is the deck. As I said, it isn't finished. There is a lot of stuff I want to try out. I definitely feel that the Charmies, especially Fulos, is going to be fantastic in this deck because it's a winged beast. But let me know what you guys think. If you have any advice for how to make it better, please put that down in the comments. This is a new deck, but I am hoping to make some more content about it because I feel very passionate about this deck and it's been really fun to play so far. So as always, thank you for watching and I'll see you later. Goodbye.